Hi, welcome to our channel. I'm Jay, and this is Our Two Cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, we will discuss the elephant in the ring, which is Terence Crawford is a business boxing genius. But before we do that, make sure you help support the channel by punching that like and subscribe button. And as we go through this video, make sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents about how you feel about what I'm saying. Now, Terence T. Bud Crawford is a business boxing genius. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why, maybe more, I don't know, we'll see how it goes as the video goes, why I believe that T. Bud Crawford is a better businessman than we've previously thought. So, if you understand, this is going to make it even more clear why Terence Crawford is a business boxing genius. If you understand how a promotional company works, or at least from my understanding, you get a fighter, right? You build them up, you promote them, and basically you're building them up to get the big fight. And once the fighter gets the big fight, then that's when the promoter recoups all of the money they've invested. Listen, if it works any different, let me know, drop it below. But as far as my understanding, that's how I understand. I know the business of boxing is complicated. I'm trying to learn it as I go. And you know, I don't have any, I mean, I do watch Manager Marty, so he's helped me understand a lot more about the business of boxing. And so from my understanding, the promoter puts you in the fights, builds you up, pay your money, blah, blah, blah. And then you get the big fight, and the promoter make all his money back. Now, Bob Arum has already said that he's lost money on Terence Crawford. So once Terence Crawford, listen, what I heard, you know, the ear on the boxing streets is, my ear to the boxing streets, what I heard was Terence Crawford left Top Rank because Bob Arum was about to make the Earl Spence fight. And then he ran off on the plug. He dipped on him. So not only did Bob Arum lose money on Terence Crawford, he didn't even get the big fight. He didn't even get to recoup his money from the big fight, the biggest fight in boxing in the last 40 years. So Terence Crawford is going to recoup all of that, a lot more of that money, from my understanding, because he doesn't, you know, he don't have a big promotional company behind him like that. Even though everybody kept telling him, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. I mean, I'm sure he has some type of representation now, but it's not on the level of a Top Rank or Bob Arum. He will most likely get paid more money for this fight than he would have if he was with Top Rank. So Terence Crawford got the guaranteed money. He got the easy fights. And when it was time to make the big fight, he dipped so that he could make all the money for himself. I mean, is that not smart? Would you not call that genius? Let me know and drop it below. Now, as a fan, the he ain't fought nobody seems as though it's a negative or a knock on Terence Crawford. But as a businessman, it could possibly be a genius move. So if we take a second to run down Terence Crawford's resume, I'm not even going to go through the other divisions. We're just going to do 147. We got Avanesian, Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Cal Velasquez, Amir Khan, Jose Benavidez, Jeff Horn, Julius Ndongo, and I believe that's it. If I forgot anybody, let me know and drop it below in the comments who I forgot that he might have fought. Now, let's think about those names. When you look at the resume, at first glance, it looks like, oh, okay, he got some names on there. He got Sean Sean Porter. He got Kell Brook. He got, who else we got on here? Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Jose Benavidez. Right? He got a few names on here. So, listen, and it's just my 2 cents. I'm not 1,000,000% sure. I don't know. I don't have no sources. Listen, this is just me giving my opinion, my 2 cents about what I know, and putting it together and asking you guys what you think about what I know, and what is it that you know, and what conclusions have you made. So be sure to drop your 2 cents below and let me know as I go through this video. So Terence Crawford got guaranteed money for these fights. And we just talking about 147. I'm not talking about all of them. I'm sure he got guaranteed money for all of them. Terence Crawford, okay, so number one, why is Terence Crawford a boxing genius? Terence Crawford got guaranteed money from all of these fights. And from my understanding, I believe it was about $3 to $5 million. About $3 to $5 million. So as a boxing fan or as a boxer, you may say, oh, it's a negative knock on me because I fought all these people and they weren't high-level competition. But as a businessman, is it a knock on you, or is it a plus for you that you were able to garner millions of dollars fighting low competition? Even Bob Arum said himself that he lost money on Crawford because Crawford didn't do interviews. He didn't promote himself. He didn't do anything. Crawford, they said, Crawford, this who you fighting. Crawford went in the ring and fought him, and then Crawford got his money. So that's reason number one. Crawford was able to get guaranteed money while he fought B, C level, not even B, C, C minus D level competition, right? So that's one. The number one reason why I believe Terence Crawford is a boxing business genius, because he was able to gain millions and millions of dollars fighting BC level competition. And he got away with it. Not only, I mean, he won. He got accomplishment. He got accolades. So I'm not going to say he got away with it. I'm not going to snatch everything away from Terence Crawford. But his career has been manufactured. Like, it don't matter which way you want to slice it. His career was manufactured. Number two, why Terence Bud Crawford is a boxing business genius. So this is where I believe, just to give my 2 cents, the great divide happened between Crawford fans when he re-signed with Top Rank and didn't go to the PBC. So Bob Arum says, oh, Terence Crawford didn't promote himself. But if now, looking back, seeing that he signed a contract for the biggest fight of his life, Terence Crawford did promote himself. He continued to call out PBC fighters and say he wanted to fight them. He had Bob Arum as the scapegoat, as the reason to why he couldn't fight him. So it kept people, it kept people following Terence Crawford. It kept his fan base excited, and people continued to follow his career because they wanted to see him fight one of these PBC fighters eventually. Terence Crawford made you feel that he was so good that all the good fighters was ducking him. So that's reason number two. Terence Crawford promoted himself in a manner where he made himself seem as though he was so good that none of the PBC fighters wanted to fight him. But really what Terence Crawford was doing, just to give my 2 cents, was building himself up, getting paid guaranteed money. He knew Bob Arum was going to give him easy fights so that he can build himself up enough to sell that belt to the highest PBC bidder. And that's just my 2 cents. I believe that's what Terence Crawford did. Because once he re-signed with Top Rank, his fans became divided. And we knew that it was all BS this whole time. I believe he never had any intentions on fighting Errol Spence. I mean, I don't know. I know that's contradictory. I believe he built himself up to get a big fight at PBC, but I don't think he wanted it to be Earl Spence. He probably wanted to pull a Canelo and fight the weaker of the PBC fighters. But Earl Spence was like, no, sir, you finna give me that belt. Or maybe he did have intentions on fighting Earl Spence, and he did exactly what he did to get the money that he wanted. Either way, let me know if you agree. Is Terence Crawford a boxing business genius? And the third reason number 3, why I'm going to say Terence Crawford is a boxing business genius, is because he had these people on his resume, but the timing he fought them was perfect. The timing he fought them was perfect. He fought Sean Porter when Sean Porter was out the door, retirement. He fought Kell Brook. Kell Brook pretty much was already out the door. He brought Kell Brook back in the door and then shrunk him down, in weight class and weight drained him and fought him. See, this is the thing about Terence Crawford. He fight all these fighters after Spence done beat him up, after they don't have nothing to lose, after they're almost out the door, and then he brags about it. So that's the issue people really have with Terence Crawford, because he want to say, oh, I was able to stop Sean Porter. Earl Spence wasn't able to do that, when we know it's no comparison. Boxing is about timing. And Terence Crawford knows that. And he's mastered that. The man's a genius. He's a genius. And I don't know, is this reason 3? I don't know if I already said reason 3. But the third reason why I believe Terence Crawford is a boxing business genius is because, just to give my 2 cents, I think he got everything he wanted for this Earl Spence fight. Not only did he get everything he wanted, he got Earl Spence to come out of his pocket personally and pay him even more money for the fight that he does not deserve. It's genius. Terence Crawford did everything he possibly could to burn the bridge so that they would not negotiate with him again, and they did. And once they did that, Terence Crawford knew that he was going to be able to get anything he wanted for this fight. After Spence said, oh, I'm going to spin the block, he already knew. I dangled the belt in front of y'all. I played around. I was negotiating with 2 companies. I dropped y'all behind y'all back and snuck a negotiation with another company and did a fight. I did all of this things that appeared to us as bad business, when really he was just being a genius and promoting himself. That was, listen, let me know your 2 cents about it, but that was great promotion for the fight. A whole year we talked about Terence Crawford ducking and why we ain't getting this fight and how we want this fight and how he fights somebody. We've been talking about that for so long. Now, I don't know if that'll work against the fight or if it's for the fight, but if just to give my 2 cents, I think it was great promotion. It was a hell of a promotion. We've been talking about this fight since they started the contracts last year. 6-7 months we thought they was about to fight, and then they didn't. Just like that, the fight is gone. Even after he said he agreed to the terms. Then he came on and made a whole video, had the boxing world in a frenzy, in an uproar. So you can't tell me that Terence Crawford is not a genius when it comes to this boxing business thing and making money. Obviously, that's his focus. I mean, of course, he got the belts at 140 and undisputed and all of that, but Terence Crawford has already said he don't care really nothing about undisputed at 147. He's saying he do now. But before, he was constantly saying, I don't need to fight. I don't need Spence for my legacy. I don't blah, blah, blah. All of those things that he was saying. So those are my top 3 reasons why I believe Terence Crawford is a boxing business genius. 1, he's been able to fight low-level competition and get millions of dollars of guaranteed money. 2, he's been able to get names on his resume and fight them at the right times when he knows that they're not at their best. And 3, he was able to get everything he wanted for the Earl Spence fight. I think, allegedly, just to give my 2 cents. So, I mean, let me know and drop it below. Am I wrong? Listen, I'm a Terence Crawford fan. I mean, of course, we're all Terence Crawford fans. If we're on here talking about how Terence Crawford gonna get knocked out, how Terence Crawford gonna get this, we know everybody he's fought. We can run down his resume. We seen all the fights. We're obviously Terence Crawford fans. So I don't want to come on here always having negative things to say about Terence Crawford. I want to come on here with a positive video. So all I want to say today is Terence Crawford is a boxing business genius. So let me know what you think. Let me know and drop your 2 cents below in the comments. Be sure to help support the channel by punching that like and subscribe button. Follow me on IG at 2 Cents Boxing and Twitter at 2 Cents 20. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next video.